hello, hello. Hello, it's Dina. I always enjoy saying that because my mother loved the Three Stooges. And this is the way they would always say hello, right? And I never liked that thing very much. People were always hitting each other and hurting each other, and so I was not personally a Three Stooges fan. But for me, I begin my videos in honor of my mother who passed a couple of years ago, and it just puts me in the right space to say hello to you every time when I open my video out, I open my heart to you, and I think about my mother and I say hello. And then you'll see me also make this sign. This means I love you in sign language. And my mother would always do this when we were leaving. She would always say, do this as we were driving away. And so I always open my videos and end my videos thinking about my mother. She had multiple sclerosis for about 40 years. My sister and I took care of her, but that is not what today's video is about. But I did want to take this opportunity just to say, this is why I open and close my videos the way I do. If you're watching them, you'll know. And then it's also for you. So today's video is a series I'm doing on forgiveness. I'm trying to look at things that I personally do that I would like to change about myself or modify about myself in some way, make more automatic behavior in some way, and not have to think so much about it. And as a life coach, as a process analyst, what I do pretty well is I think about the problems somebody is having about something and why they're not getting what they want, and then I give them questions and try to work back to what the problems are, and then sometimes they can fix those problems and then everything moves smoothly. Yeah. So I'm trying to do that for myself. Today, the topic is about being offensively honest. And I have a problem with this because I am hypersensitive. Ich bin hochsensibel. I feel the pain of other people. I feel an empathy towards those in the room, not just simpatico. I don't just feel, oh, I feel with that person. I feel what they feel. And there's about 5 to 15% of the population who are highly sensitive across every species, not just humans, but across every species. It seems to be some kind of species necessary thing to produce some individuals who have extra pain in their lives for whatever reason, like we don't get enough. Okay? So for some of us, being highly sensitive means that if we see someone in the grocery store who seems to be abusing or neglecting their child, we see a child in an automobile closed up, we see a dog that is being abused by our neighbors, we're going to take action. And if we like you, we're going to come try to talk to you first because we want to try to bring you up, right? We don't want you to be abusing things and mistreating things your whole life. So we try to come talk to you if we like you. If we don't like you, we just cut you out of our lives, call the police on you. We just don't worry about you anymore. But when we come to talk to you, we may be offensively honest. And it may really, really get you in a place that you are uncomfortable and you're not used to having people see you in. You're not used to being called out for whatever the highly sensitive person is going to call you out for. Okay. So this is one type of person who suffers, like I, from offensive honesty. The other side of the equation is those who just don't care about what you think, and they're just going to say what they're going to say. Maybe they're even doing it on purpose. What I had to learn a long time ago is there is a line for all things. Yeah, empathy, sympathy, the ability to feel alongside others and to feel their pain. This is like on a line. If you say -10 to +10, what I found out is that the universe is in balance for a lot of things, not at one time in any generation. But it's over here for a while, then it's over here for a while. It works like a pendulum. It moves back and forth. There'll be more videos about that. But just as highly sensitive as I am, there are people who are highly insensitive on the other side of this scale. And if we forget about that, then we forget what someone's impulses are if they are being offensively honest. So it doesn't really matter. The people who are offensively honest have to deal with that. You have to deal, the other people have to deal with their issues. What we want to do is forgive ourselves for being sometimes offensively honest and to think about how we can do things that we feel we must do better without the offensive part. That's the question. And so in German, they have an expression, durch die Blume, and that means that you're speaking to someone through the flower. You're trying to say something to them, but you're trying to say it in a nice way. Well, the concept itself, I think, is wonderful to think about. If we can just think about, if we have something negative to say to someone, can we say it through a flower? Can we, that's what they accuse highly sensitive people of being so often. Oh, you're a frail flower or whatever. Honey, we can kick your ass and keep moving out the other side. Don't worry about us. But maybe we can think about speaking through the flower. Now, in German, it gets taken too far. It gets taken to the point where they expect you to actually lie to someone. And that doesn't work for me. So if we can just think about keeping that distance between lying to someone and saying something in a positive way. Now, another thing we need to really think about and remember is that feeling like we can help someone is often a kind of narcissism. Okay? This is hard to accept, but many of these newscasters, these people who get on and they want to tell you all the bad news all the time, they want to break that bad news to you. They feel like you've got to know that bad news, or you've got to know this thing, or you can't get on with your day. Well, it's just not true. They are this kind of narcissist, and they are trying to help you because they think you need help, right? Anytime we're trying to help someone, we have to be careful because we assume that we're on higher and safer and surer ground than they are. And that's often not the case. So as we think about helping, as we think about being honest with people and why we're being honest with people, if you are criticizing people, why are you doing that? What is it helping for you in the world to be critical of someone else's way? And so if you're offending someone because you're trying to, what are you trying to do here again? Are you trying to teach them? Are you trying to make them aware of something in a good way, in a bad way? Is it because there is a victim involved? Do you perceive there is a child or an animal or a fat person being bullied? Do you perceive that there is someone who is suffering because of this person that you're trying to talk to? And if you perceive that, be careful that you don't put yourself in the victim position, because they're not actually victimizing you and they will not know what to do with that energy. Do you understand me? They will have no idea what to do with that. So try to find a way to put a flower there, or maybe a whole damn field of sunflowers. I don't know. In Germany, we have these big, beautiful fields of sunflowers. I'll take pictures next year, or maybe I'll find somebody and link on YouTube. But let's think about maybe speaking through the flower as we move forward to our better habits next year. Try to think about really, why are we trying to help people? Are we hoping to help them so that we can keep a contact with them? Is it some way of saying, look, if this doesn't change, I'm afraid I can't see or talk to you anymore. I have to get you out of my life. It may be that. And that may be giving you some panic, or maybe making you feel some frustration that is then also causing some offensive honesty. Just try to figure out where is the picture, and always remember, we do not know the picture, the full picture of that other person's life. So even if there is a victim, they may also be a victim. So we need to be thinking about how we can temper ourselves, and I will certainly try to do my best at that. And I wish you all a very good week ahead. And if you're watching any of these, thank you. Take care of yourself. Questions, comments, wild screams of protest, says below. Take care. See you soon.